sick, dude. I understand why like children love bubble. Like that's sick.
I love bubbles. I like to do this all show.
Welcome to Pick Central. It's myself and Ev today, presented by DraftKings. This is a Super Bowl LIX. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and if you have a shot to score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Actually, these two, not really the Eagles, but the Chiefs, you can get some like pretty good odds on some touchdown guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, obviously the Eagles, it's going to be, like, minus 240 for Saquon or, like, minus 150 for, like, Jalen Hurts. But, like, Phil, you know what? Can you pull it up at this point real quick just to look at it during this ad? Scoring touchdowns key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. If you're going to be a new customer, you might as well start now for the Super Bowl. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Next week, we're going to get into more props and these touchdown things, but for the ad's sake, Phil, if you could pull that up. So anytime, yeah, minus 200 for Saquon, probably not going to do it. Plus 285, not a bad one. But even Travis Kelce's plus 135 to score a touchdown. I love Kareem Hunt plus 140.
Go down a little bit for me, Meek, because I want to get into like the Jujus of the world, like
AJ Brown's 165.
Dude, even like Hopkins plus 500, like
wow, 5.
Hopkins 500, Juju's 470, or no, 500, Juju 475, like. Those little sprinkle there. Honestly, love me some Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
I was on his props last week. He's been going nuts. Since he's been back healthy, I mean, Hurts loves him.
But Gray 500. See, like, there's a lot of guys you get 5-1 odds.
I think Hopkins and Juju might be my like little like sprinkles.
Dude, even Pacheco, right? Like, I know Hunt has kind of taken it over, but like Pacheco got a carry on the last game. Like,
he did. Hunt's just such a he just always punches it in.
He's just bigger.
He's just taking the job. He's just the RB1.
I mean, P. Ryan 9-1. Take a stab at it. You know the guy. I could see P. Ryan being like the who's the guy who scored last? Was it no? Who scored last year the winning touchdown?
Mecole Hardman.
Hardman. Yes. Is he still on the team?
He's been inactive past few weeks.
He might play this week and just come. Like you never know with this team. You really don't. But that's so get to DraftKings. The crown is yours. Like $200 in bonus bets instantly. If you haven't done it, it's a perfect time to do it for a Super Bowl because you're gonna be with your friends. You deposit $5 and you can get $200 in bonus bets. It's the best place to gamble. All right. I want to talk about the NBA a little bit to start. Draymond Green's tweet last night, kind of talking about how, want to explain the tweet? Do you know how to explain? If you can get it up, Phil, let me know. But Draymond Green's tweet was like, I'm not even a Knicks fan. It kind of just pissed me off a little bit where like he kind of was calling Cat not mentally tough.
He has this weird thing with Cat. I don't know what,
First of all, you're playing a game soon, bro.
So the premise, yeah, throw up the tweet just for the premise of the tweet. Knicks beat the Nuggets last night. Also, for the record, played them twice this year. Knicks won both games.
Knicks are playing.
First time they blew them out. This time was like a tough game, but the Knicks were winning pretty much like the whole game. Were strong at the end, closed it out. Cat didn't like light it up, but he held like Jokic has been going nuts. Did really not. He was like 17, 6, and 6 yesterday, which for him is like nothing.
So if you're listening on podcast, Draymond Green tweeted, Cat in a full front on Joker, ... Even if you win the game, it don't matter. You will never hold the respect from an opponent to win at the highest level. Pride must make you sit down and guard, even if you give up 40. Winning is a mindset, and in order to win a championship, you have to win the mental edge. That's why only a few guys per era will win all the championships. They understand that thing. Let me tell you something, Draymond. You and this tough guy and this way your mindset didn't win you a championship. You definitely helped, but you had the fucking best player in the NBA on your fucking team. I hate the way he's making me want to hate how he plays, because the mindset, Cat, they won the game. Cat played fine yesterday. He didn't light up offensively.
He didn't score a lot, but yeah.
15 points, whatever. They won the game. And also, how many did Jokic have?
17.
17
Apparently
points.
the defense, and the average is like 30. I'd say that's pretty good defense.
And do you want the respect, or do you want the guy to score? It doesn't matter if you score 40. Yes, it does. You don't want the guy to score 40 points.
I just don't, and it's weird because I'm such a big, I've been like a Draymond Green guy forever. Like I've always like stood up for him. I've always, even like recently, I've talked about how his numbers don't dictate the true impact he has on the game and on winning. He just has this weird thing with Towns. He just doesn't like Towns. Last year, Towns, they body them out of the playoffs, like before, to not get in. I don't know. He just has like this. He just doesn't respect Towns for being more like a finesse big man, which I guess like he prides himself being like the tough, smaller guy who like guards bigger guys.
Yeah, but it's
like I said, again, I like Draymond. I just don't understand. Like I would think that if you beat a guy twice in a year, if you just win, I think that garners the respect. Now, like I don't see this like, oh, because you didn't play defense behind him and like let him like back you down in the paint. Like, why would you do that if you know that's not going to work?
When people don't like, just because Cat doesn't play defense like you play defense doesn't mean that it's the wrong way. And listen, like, yeah, Draymond's probably a better defender than fucking Cat, but Cat's a 10 times X better scorer than you. So it's like, it's just a weird shot to take. It was unprovoked. Like, it wasn't like Cat said something about him. It's just like, and you're also like legitimately had a game that night. I don't know if he played last night, but
he tweeted crazy. They won. They beat the Thunder.
I know. I saw that, which I wanted to tell Clement.
And Shea had 50, and they lost.
I know. I watched a
Shea's
little bit
so
at the
good.
end of it. Shea's going to be the best player in the NBA.
He had 30 plus in the. I think he had 31 in the first half.
I wanted to text Clement, being like, "Huh, Warriors beat the Thunder." So that's a good win right there. Phil, what's your thoughts on this?
Also, just another thing to throw out there. Cat beat Jokic in the second round like last year. Like they had a giant playoff series. So
2 years ago, right?
No, literally last year.
Was it last?
It was last year. That game 7. Remember I sniped the Timberwolves 50-1 in that game 7. They were down 20.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just
even weirder.
But it's just weird. It was a weird shot then, right? Like, why just tweet it when he's winning? He's won twice now. He won last year. Like, what did Cat do? They must be something deeper than this, because it was such a weird.
It's gotta be deeper. It's a weird ass shot.
Like it was this random last night. I understand when you tell me I suck, I'm gonna go. Has Cat said anything about it?
No.
I almost think there's this resentment of Cat is like the literally opposite player of him.
Yes.
Like big, like way better shooter, scorer, like not the greatest defender, where like Draymond obviously undersized, like bulldog defender. Especially this, like he can't shoot anymore. He used to be able to a little bit.
He sucks on offense. He's horrible on offense.
Draymond's jumper broke like
his jumper's
3 years
bad.
ago.
He doesn't even shoot anymore.
He's a very good facilitator. I'll always give him credit for that. Like very good passer, but yeah, his jump shot's gone. I don't know what.
Draymond Green's good for the Warriors during that time because they need that toughness, whatever. But like, he's not the reason. Like, your defense isn't the reason it's winning. Relax, it helps. But bro,
I don't want to. As much as he's talking shit about my guy, I don't want to like totally.
I'm not poo-pooing on him.
Who is like?
But you have to get in check a little bit. Just because Cat hasn't won a championship doesn't mean that you can just completely shit like he's never gonna win one. Like, Cat is. I think Cat gets a lot of disrespect in the NBA. Even when the Knicks got him, it was a lot of disrespect. Tons.
Yeah, I mean, even I was skeptical. Like my knee jerk was definitely skeptical.
But he also fucking plays well with this team.
Dude, he's been awesome. He's been awesome.
Not like trying to take the ball all the time. But it seems like him and Brunson just switch off who wants to score 35.
He loves Brunson. Like his personality fit this team very well. His style of play fit it very well. They play the 2-man game well. And I mean, it's funny, even someone put, like, just the way they're built. Actually, it's funny talking about the respect thing. Jokic literally after the game was like, that's a top 5 NBA team. Like that. Literally, his record, like, that's a title contender. The guy that's won one, literally tipping his cap after the game, being like, that's a team that could legit win it all.
They definitely can. I think the Knicks, this is their best shot they've had. Like,
my lifetime, not even close. Like,
last
easily
year,
the best shot.
Even healthy, I didn't think you guys were like actual contenders. Thought you were good. I didn't think you were actual contenders. This year, when you watch, because I actually watched last night. I haven't fully watched them. They are they know their roles now. They all are meshing well better. Josh Hart even was like, it was
Dude,
great
he's having such an awesome year.
He knows his role. Like, he seems more comfortable on the offensive side as well now, where like he doesn't feel like they all don't want to be selfish, which is really good, which is I think that's what struggles with the Suns. I think the Suns don't know how they could never make that work, you know.
Well, I think having like Towns, healthy OG and Bridges, I just think he's so comfortable right now. Like, I think he's in it, like, Josh Hart's in a spot where he's just so comfortable in his role in the offense where, like, he doesn't have, like, in the playoffs, he had to shoot a lot of threes. He kind of had to, like, be that guy for, like, just the way the team was.
I had to take that. It was important, quick. I know what I was doing. That's disrespectful. We only have one person. I had to take it real fast, but we're good.
You're good. I just love like Hart being like really the fifth option on at least like with our starting 5 right now. I just think it fits the way he plays. Like, it just allows him to play so much more free.
Yeah.
And he's still averaging like 15 a game. Like,
I saw that they're trying to shop Mitchell.
Well,
a little
he's
bit.
Still like,
I know he's still hurt.
Like February.
Yeah, but it's just like it's interesting at least to be like, maybe you can get another asset from him, because you obviously he might help, but I don't know if you get something else to help this team too.
Trading Mitch is like the only way they could really add like another like piece too, because with the aprons and sure, you got to match salaries.
Yeah.
Like, Mitch is due like $16 million, and then you look around the league, it's like, well, how many good players are making like $16 million a year? Like,
yeah, no, fair.
He's famous.
No idea who that was.
Noah Centineo.
Never heard that name.
Good looking fella.
Very good looking.
Yes. He just took my train of thought.
He took your breath away. He's so handsome. He took your breath away.
Cool guy. Yeah. So other NBA, if I think he said top 5 contenders.
He did. He said top 5 contender, like, no doubt. I think that's like obvious.
I think right now we love to do this, but Knicks, Celtics, Thunder are a definite 3 no matter what.
You gotta toss the Cavs in there.
I think you have to toss the Cavs. I still don't, because they're so soft in the playoffs, it seems. I still don't think they can, but right now they've earned my respect at least this year. I think you have to put the Nuggets in there.
The veteran experience.
No, for sure.
And then
the West is weird at the, like, besides the Thunder at the top, because it's all these newer, like, the Rockets are the 2 seed, like, they obviously are new.
But, like, can you put the
Grizzlies are 3? See, I would like even take the Grizzlies over them.
The Timberwolves really, I think everyone was like, oh, that's a win-win. I think they lost that trade.
No, they definitely lost.
Like, I think at the time people said they lost it.
Just like,
well, especially the thing with me when, like, I remember the first thing I did when I heard the trade, I've been boozing a little bit, was text Meek and, like, give me the contract breakdown. And once I was all right, like, I knew Randall was, like, about to be done. He had 1 more year. Towns having 4 years, like, all that. I was like, okay, this makes sense for the Knicks.
I know you guys loved. Oh my God, what's
DiVincenzo.
No. Randall. I know you guys loved Randall. DiVincenzo, I think, could fit on any. He's not going to make or break a team, but he helped your team a ton for sure. But Randall, I truly thought was detrimental to the Knicks. I did.
Not detrimental. Towns is better, but he wasn't detrimental.
He took the ball way more than, like, Towns. Like,
I still listen. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to. I still will stand on, like, when they had Brunson, Randall, OG, they were the best for that month stretch, 16 games. They're the best team in the NBA. Small sample size,
demolishing teams,
and good teams. If you look at the teams, like they beat like the Timberwolves in that time.
Denver.
They beat the Nuggets. Like, they beat some good ass teams that month.
Sixers, like, we were really fucking.
I truly will never trash Julius Randle, like, ever, really ever. But Town obviously made the right move.
There's one other note on Randall. He has a $30 million player option, which now, like, he might end up picking that up just because, like, I don't know what contract he'd get in free agency. Is anyone giving Julius Randle a max contract?
He's interesting because, like,
how old is he? 30.
He's 30 right now. Yeah.
Because he's having he still is like the second best player. He actually had 28 last night. He had a good game last night. I don't know. He's interesting because I agree with you. Where like he obviously puts up great numbers. Like he's been All NBA like a couple times. Like he's a really good player. But it's like, is he the guy you're going to say like
Max?
This is like the guy we're going to give like 40 million, 50 million?
Yeah, probably. I think someone will.
Somebody probably will.
Just because there's desperate
who else
teams.
Are you gonna get? You know, like
a team like I don't know, like the Charlotte Hornets is like they can't get free agents. It's like
he'll take that max there. You know, where instead like you're taking that. I don't know. The NBA is so weird. Like name max players. You're like, well, how'd that guy get? Tobias Harris got a max. Like
that's exactly what I was
there's other max guys.
Yeah, like Rand. I would take Randall over Harris.
Yeah, like Tobias.
How's Tobias doing on the Pistons?
12 points a game.
Pistons are good though. Pistons are going to make the playoffs probably.
Let me tell you something. Cade Cunningham is going to be the best player in the NBA. I'm telling you right now, him and Shea are my neck and neck new like younger guys. Cade is so fucking good, and you hear nothing of him ever because it's the Pistons and they're a younger team. But like a lot of guys that good will be getting frustrated being on this fucking dog ass team. And for the past it's his third year.
Yeah, but he missed like a lot of last year with the injuries.
He's so fucking good. And it's just like Detroit, like the Pistons are so just like no one cares about them.
But they're finally like they're putting the pieces together. Like this is kind of their like.
I think next
this is the first year where they're really like. Next year they're gonna have hype.
I think next
year,
all right,
like Cade's gonna be like starting to get a little older. You're seeing how good he is. Like Jaden Ivey's getting better. Like they got some other guys that are really improving.
He struggled a little bit to start, right?
He's been pretty good though. He's been better. They got some. The Thompson brothers have been unreal.
Yeah, they have.
Both of them. I mean, I always is Amen the Rockets one?
Yeah.
I get it mixed up.
Yeah.
But he's on. I mean, he had a great game against the Sixers the other day. Or not. The
Rockets are weird.
Celtics,
man.
not Sixers. Celtics.
The Rockets are weird.
Dude, Sanguine's unreal, man. Like Jalen Green's really good. Van Vliet's
they don't
good.
have the names.
Thompson's good.
Is it the names that they want
There's
to like?
also young.
Dylan Brooks is good.
Yeah,
like good
I
role
know.
There's
player.
vets are like Dylan
no
Brooks
one I
and
hate
Fred
more
Van
than
Fleet.
Dylan Brooks. No one I hate more. I hate that guy.
That's but they've drafted like Sanguine's been unbelievable.
Yeah, so I think it's just the names right now where like I know all those names, you know, but they're good, but they're not like someone that you're like usually tuning in for, but you will be because they'll get to know how
They don't have like you want to hurt them. Jalen Green should have went to college.
Yeah.
If Jalen Green didn't play in the G League, he'd be a bigger name because he would have been a star in college.
I think that's
he averages like 20 plus a game. He's obviously one of their better players.
Houston has the assets to get a star. They're just waiting for the right moment. Like I don't think Fox is the guy they're targeting. I think Booker when he requests out. Maybe not this year.
Booker would be
but
great
this summer.
for
I think
them.
Devin Booker to Houston.
But that's the perfect.
That's
is the
the
guy
fit.
they're targeting.
That's the perfect fit right there. I agree.
They're in the Rockets are almost they're ahead of schedule in that like they've done this and but they've obviously made the moves like they gave Brooks the money, they gave Van Vliet the money, like they've done some things, but they're kind of in that spot where like they're almost ahead of schedule. And you got to kind of like wait, like almost like Leon Rose, this thing, like pick your spot. Like don't just get excited because you're good and just go all in on someone.
Yeah.
Like your team's good, like you built it like the right way. Like keep doing it the right way. Don't just like go after it and just.
I don't think they could win this year.
blow your. Just basically don't blow your load too early.
I don't think they can win this year, but they're in a really good spot.
They made themselves an attractive destination for players around the league looking like, Houston, no state taxes, nice young roster.
Great city.
The young part is great. The young part is like
literally everyone on the team is young besides Brooks and Van Vliet.
How old is Booker? 28.
He was.
He was Porzingis draft, so he's got to be like close
Booker's
to 30.
28.
Damn.
What am I spot on with ages today or what? Randall 30, him 28, unbelievable, Martin.
Van Fleet's 30.
I was gonna say he played a few years in college.
Let me tell you something. I feel so bad for Tyrese Maxey. I still do.
The one last night?
One last night.
So you get the Lakers, or was that 2 nights ago?
I thought it was
Getting my days mixed up.
Me too. One sec. I'm looking right now. That's usually a Meeks.
I think it was last night. I'm pretty sure it was last night.
Last night.
Sixers beat the Lakers last night, right? Or was that
the Kings?
2 nights ago?
Sixers beat the Kings last night.
Get my days mixed up. All right, so they beat somebody else last night.
The Sixers are 19 and 27, right? They are basically tied for the 10th 10th spot. So like the Sixers, if I had to put a bet in, they're going to get in the play-in game this year.
I swear to God,
they're 4 games out of 6th place.
If the Knicks end up playing them in the first round again, that'd be so fucking annoying.
They probably could, you know.
That's what I'm saying. They could.
Okay, look at this, right? The Sixers are in 11th.
They're talented enough, like they could play their way in.
Yes, Maxey can beat teams like the Kings by himself.
A Maxey Embiid, like they definitely could.
But look at the teams ahead of them, right? So you have them in 11th, who are tied for 10th.
I know you have like the Hawks.
So you have the Bulls, who's in front of them. They're not great. They're gonna keep dying down, I think. You have the Hawks, who knows? You have Detroit. And then you have the Heat, who's in disarray at the moment. And then you have Orlando, who is underperforming this year, correct?
But they're injured. Like Franz missed time.
Oh, he's still hurt?
Bancaro missed time.
Bancaro's back.
He's back. I know Franz is still out.
He missed a lot of time.
I think Suggs is out, too. Like they've.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm also putting Milwaukee. I think they can win it all.
So they can, but they have to make a move.
No, I think so, too. I agree with Meek.
Need to make a move.
So.
But they are playing a lot better. They start off so slow. But yeah, like Philly, what's Embiid's like? I know he like stubbed his toe, but like, do they have anything?
I mean, he's doing handstands at fucking practice, so you could tell me like how healthy he is.
And Paul George completely out.
It's something with a finger injury indefinitely, so I don't know.
They're already like the Sixers fans are sick of Paul George already.
I mean,
I would be too, bro.
He's replicating Tobias Harris, and he's on the same contract.
I just like don't get why you would. Why you thought Paul George was the? I understand.
I get it. I don't.
I get it, but the Sixers should not. The Sixers should be smaller than that. I think he could have went to other teams, but I don't know. Regardless,
and I guess I will say they wanted OG really bad.
Yeah, well, OG makes sense.
They got the Knicks kept him, thank God.
But yeah, Tyrese Maxey's scoring 30 a game. He's 6th in points scored this year. He's probably gonna go higher because of how many times they're all out and like that. Dude, their starting lineup, Yabusele.
Yabusele was their starting center.
Is their starting center.
Yabu. He only got a job in the NBA again because he dunked on LeBron in the Olympics.
You have
I forgot about that.
Eric Gordon in your starting lineup, Kelly Oubre, and Edwards.
Don't even know his first name. It's like Edwards.
It says J. It won't even. I click on it. It says something went wrong.
Justin Edwards.
Something went wrong.
It says something went wrong.
He played Syracuse. You would know him if you saw him, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but he shouldn't. I shouldn't have to have that as starting line for the 76ers. You know, I know. And you got Kyle Lowry, who's his ass has got even bigger.
Yeah, he's old as hell.
Beyond washed.
Yeah, their bench is just not. It's just so weird. Andre Drummond still plays. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
It was funny watching the Nuggets last night run a lineup with like Russell Westbrook and DeAndre Jordan on the floor at the same time. That's 10 years ago. Dude, they're going to be teammates on the Nuggets.
I saw I think it was Pat's Instagram story. He was like, I can't believe DeAndre Jordan. You know his first name?
I know people have said it before. I don't.
Don't look it up yet, Meek. I know it.
I know it's crazy.
I don't know it.
You don't know it?
I don't know, so I was looking it up.
He should change it back. It's Highland.
Oh.
Highland Jordan.
Highland DeAndre Jordan.
Junior.
Highland Jordan is a sick name.
Hi, Jordan?
Yeah. Hi, Jordan would have been sick.
Pretty good.
Hey, that's the most NBA talk we've done in a long time. It's getting to the point, though, now where NBA is trade deadline next week. It's going to get picking up a lot more.
This is the time, like it's about to be February, like you said, trade deadline. You really see, this is when you're really finding out like who teams are and who's the who's and who's not.
I want
to Knicks have basically from this Saturday to next Saturday, huge week for the Knicks.
Yeah,
they got Lakers, the Rockets, and then I want to say the Celtics the next Saturday.
Yeah, it's back-to-back Saturdays.
And then they play someone else that's like okay in between.
The trade deadline, when's gonna hit? Like I feel like we were waiting for that big trade. Like Fox will probably
nothing's really happened yet.
It's usually like that. It takes
well, usually the first domino falls. It's like starts going.
A week from today. Some names that we expect to move: Jimmy Butler, just because he's throwing a tantrum. De'Aaron Fox, Shams put out there. Zach LaVine's a name that could get traded.
I think every year Zach LaVine's on there.
Yeah, Bradley Beal. And there's probably some other role players like around the league that probably get shipped off.
There might be some random ones where you're like, whoa, didn't see that coming.
I feel like every team that needs a big man wants Walker Kessler.
And Danny Ainge is just holding them by the nuts for picks.
He just knock it. He's been like my dream center for the Knicks. I just don't think we have what it takes to get him. But asset-wise,
so I want to go back to Zach LaVine because I think he can't be the best player on your team. But if you put him on like the Bucks as like a third fiddle between Dame and Giannis,
that's what he needs to be.
Who's this?
Zach LaVine.
Oh, LaVine. Yeah.
Like you swap him for like Middleton on that team, like that's dangerous.
You need him to be that guy, not the guy he is on the Bulls. You know, like you need him to be that third option where he can not be the guy.
He's just never been in a situation to like prove he can do that.
Like, it reminds me of like Aaron Gordon. Nobody's like, oh, Aaron Gordon's like, oh, he's just whatever in Orlando. Then he's like the third best player on the Nuggets. You're like, oh, good player.
Yeah, he fits perfectly with the Nuggets.
Well, again, Gordon has like some Josh Hart in him where like when he's like the fourth option, that's perfect because he can just play free. Like he doesn't need to like force jump shots and like he can just kind of like take what's given to him, catch some dunks, some oops, and then like shoot the mid range when it's there, and just kind of like play his game, like rebound, play defense. Like that's when he's at his best.
Also, Zach LaVine, the only athlete Jerry Reinsdorf has ever given a 9-figure contract to. Because White Sox highest contract is Andrew Benintendi at $75 million. Zach LaVine is the only Bull to make over $100 million in a contract.
Crazy that Benintendi is your high, and he bet 180 last year.
Not good. You're probably around.
He wasn't great.
You've been good at guessing.
He probably bet. I'm gonna say if I had to bet 238.
I would say like 220, 221. Final answer.
He hit 229.
Oh, that was close.
You were close.
But yeah, I want to ask you. Well, we'll move past NBA right now. Before we get to your topics, I want to talk. You're going to take a little longer. They were talking on Unnamed. Like, does this game have juice? I thought it had a ton of juice.
What, Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I think it's got juice. I think people get a little.
We're fatigued with.
Well, that's it's one you had the same matchup you had 2 years ago. The Chiefs have obviously been in it a million times. I think the Chiefs fatigue is really, really setting in. The refs thing is becoming this huge narrative. That's really, really setting in on just like the.
I almost feel like it's turning a little bit.
It's turned to me. I was like the biggest Chiefs hater, for that Eagles Super Bowl, and now I'm like all Chiefs.
Yeah, well, we obviously all in this room want the Chiefs to win, correct?
I'm going to bet on the Chiefs, so I do. Yeah. I don't I don't mind seeing the Eagles not win. I love that. I mean,
yeah, fuck the Eagles. Also, NFC East, best division in football.
Also, it's very funny where there are a lot of people hating on the Chiefs, but it is funny how like Philly's like such a scumbag fan base that people would literally rather see the Chiefs three-peat than them just like ever win anything.
Those videos they're such scumbags.
Dude, the one with the Commanders fan like ripping his hat off.
It's like, bro, the dude
just like walking out on his own, guy like harassing him.
Like taking someone's hat.
That was crazy.
I get that's a thing nowadays where and they like don't give it back, and it's
it's one of those because I felt bad for the kid because like what's he gonna do? There's like it's like 30-on-2. Like what's he gonna do? Like
and also
on somebody and then get his get like jumped.
This is I would never
over a fucking $10 like hat.
In fairness, and then not fairness because the Eagles fans should not do that, but like you go in an Eagles game. Just don't wear the other team's jersey.
But that's even like the fact that you even have to.
I don't want to.
Yeah, the fact that you have to like say that.
Yeah, but they're scumbag fans.
Crazy.
That's just what they are, and they love to say they're not. But I think now they're embracing it. But yeah,
I
think it has juice. I mean, listen, if first three-peat, I think that like a legacy game. Do I think that the Bills Chiefs has a bigger juice? Yeah, probably.
I just think it's that if it was Bills, there would be a huge portion of the population that'd be like, man, I'd love to see those Bills fans get one. I'd love to see Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's no one that's like, you know what, like, I can't wait to see Philadelphia win one. Or like, I can't wait to see Chiefs get their fourth.
I gotta be honest, I'm kind of that guy where I'm like, I want to see Mahomes get his fourth and third in a row. At this point, I doubted them 2 years ago. And like this year, I did not like the one not 2 years ago, last year when they were away the entire time.
Yeah.
And win the division or whatever. That was the time I'm like, all right, this there maybe I'm gonna.
Didn't have home. They won the division. Didn't have home.
Didn't have home. I'm sorry. Yes, they were in the 1 seed.
For the 3.
And now I'm just like, I expect, and I'm like, you have to respect what they're doing is so crazy because every single narrative against them. They've kiboshed. You have Tyreek Hill. Okay, let's trade him. Dunzo. You have you can't win away. Kaboshed. Done. Beat two of the best teams away. Like, it's just like everything they do, they win. And I fucking hate the Eagles anyway. I'm betting the Chiefs. I know you're. Are you betting Chiefs?
Yes.
Yeah. It's. I don't know how you don't. Roster wise, Eagles have a better roster.
Yeah, no doubt.
Definitely.
Top to bottom.
Both sides of the ball. Besides a quarterback and tight end.
Goddard's a good player.
Goddard's really good, but you have to give it to Kelsey. But besides those two positions, they might beat them at every position.
Well, on defense, they're close at a lot of spots, in my opinion.
Yes. No,
Chris Jones is a beast.
Like, for example, Chris Jones, Jalen Carter, like two of the best D tackles.
But that's
in
the
the
thing.
NFL.
What I mean by that is you can name a player on the Chiefs. You can name a player on the Eagles to go back at them besides of those two positions. Like you just named Chris Jones, right? Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Then it's like name somebody else on that Chiefs defense, and it's like, okay, you got Cooper DeJean there. You got I
like McDuffie.
Up the other
Mitchell.
linebacker too, but like
Zach Bond.
Yeah, like Bond.
Like Leo Chanel. You have like Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Like McDuffie. Like they just have so many guys.
But then
Karlaftis, great pass rusher.
Coach wise, dominates them on the other side.
Yeah, for sure.
And experience, like obviously Jalen Hurts played a great game 2 years ago. He fumbled was his biggest thing. That
it was a scoop and score. Yeah, he fucked him.
Yeah,
but he played such an
also
awesome
Kadarius Toney took like a punt or something or a kickoff like all the way back.
He almost housed a punt.
Like the two.
He almost housed a punt, and then he scored a touchdown as well.
Yeah, so there'll be somebody else. It's gonna be. I'm very excited, but I want Ev to explain. You saw a Cam Newton thing today.
So no, it was on the First Take. It's going like crazy viral. It was Cam's on First Take with like Stephen A. and one of the McCourty twins is on it. And they Stephen A. basically asked him point blank, like, would you? So I guess the question on the prompt was like MVP or Super Bowl appearance. But then Stephen A. asked Cam point blank, would you trade your MVP for a Super Bowl?
Okay, can you stop right there for a second? I think, because I want to break this down, because a lot of people, knee-jerk reaction, absolutely not. You know, like that's just what everyone's saying right away. I think you asked anybody. I want you to explain what
he asked him, would you trade your MVP for a Super Bowl for a Super Bowl win? He said no. I was like, that's where listen, that answer, if you just stop right there, I understand the backlash.
Yes, 100%.
They kept going. They basically said, he was like, listen, he was like, guys like Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson have won Super Bowls. Like, he was basically arguing impact. Like, the impact he had in the game is far more than that. And, like, I think my thing was people started going nuts on thing like, that's so selfish. Like, I'll take the Super Bowl over, like, the MVP. How could you say that? It's a team sport. The thing that annoyed me, and this was what I tweeted, Barkley, like a few years back, got asked, would you trade your career for Robert Horry's? Robert Horry's won, 7 championships. Barkley's won none. He's MVP, top 50 player of all time. Barkley was like, hell fucking no.
I agree
no
with that.
way. And that's where I feel like I've become like a Cam defender. Everyone just trashes everything he says. Listen, you want to trash him for not diving on the fumble in the Super Bowl? Totally fair. Crazy he didn't dive on it. Still, like, they lose the game regardless, but, like, shocking he didn't do that. I just think the take in a nutshell, like, if you were looking me in my eye and saying you would rather have Brad Johnson or Trent Dilfer's career over Cam Newton's, you're a fucking liar. That's the most, like, high horse, just bullshit I've ever fucking heard. And that's kind of what was getting brought out of it. Like, that was the argument that Cam was having. Like, listen, like, I'd rather be fucking me than Trent Dilfer.
No,
just some guy who got literally, like, he just happened to be the quarterback on the team. He was literally carried to a Super Bowl. If you plug in any guy there, they win.
So what you're saying in that sense, right, makes a lot of sense. But if you can literally have Cam's career still, and you take that MVP away, he didn't win it that year, and gets a championship, if you put it in that aspect, I think the answer should be yes.
No, that I agree. No, if he was asked directly, like, the year you won MVP, actually, someone tweeted this at me. and I think this is the best way to phrase it. Like, would you have been fine, like, not winning that MVP, coming in, whatever, second, third, fourth, whatever, like top 5, let's say, and then you won the Super Bowl, and you won Super Bowl MVP? Like, would you, if he would say no to that, then I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's different. Because but I'm like, all right, well, that's just stupid because, like, no one cares about your MVP. They only care about your championships. Like,
and I'd go as far as say even, like, take Super Bowl MVP out of it. If you just, like, didn't.
No, just win.
You just were, like, top 5 MVP instead of winning it, and then you won the Super Bowl.
Yes. But
if you would say no to that, then I totally, like, that's fair. Like, he can go fuck himself if he would say that, but
I totally agree with you where you're lying to yourself if you would say you'd rather Trent Dilfer's career than Cam Newton. Because, like, something like that where it's like, first of all, people still first answer. I even said it yesterday. It wasn't even the question. Was who's the worst quarterback to win a championship? It's Trent Dilfer.
It's one of them. Yeah.
No one. And that's almost like I'd rather not even win one than be the guy who fucking.
No, I'd rather be that guy.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I'll be Trent Dilfer over. Just like think about how many no names quarterbacks like you don't even like know you forget who they even are.
Yeah, no, but it's like if you're like, would you rather be Joe Burrow or right now? It's basically like, would you rather Joe Burrow or like a Trent Dilfer? It's like
easy.
It's not
Joe
even
Burrow,
close,
like not even like
it's not even a thought. I hate when people are like, no, I want a championship. You're such a liar.
It's people get so on their high horse because obviously we're fans. We root for teams, so we put like team success over everything. And I'm not saying like players shouldn't as well, but it's just such obvious. Like there's no world where you could say you'd rather be like a fringe quarterback who was in the right place, right time, with an elite defense that won a championship over like MVP player, like one rookie of the year, like had like a 6-year, 7-year stretch where he was one of the best players in the NFL.
100%.
Crazy. I will do this for some hypotheticals. There was a few, when I tweeted it, a few people threw out like different hypotheticals, and I wanted to just go like real quick because I thought they were fascinating. Like ones that actually make sense to debate. Like, so someone said, would you rather have Cam Newton's career or Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco, I think.
I said Flacco. I think that's a fair, like.
That's very fair.
He was good enough.
He's respected enough.
He was good enough for long enough.
And he got respected because he won that championship.
Yes, and he was dominant in the Super Bowl run. He won Super Bowl MVP. And he also was like, even if he was never really like an elite quarterback, he was a top like 10, 15 quarterback for a huge chunk of his career.
100%. I agree. Phil, you agree with that?
Correct. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Definitely Flacco. Like, and Cam was how long was Cam's run? Like his ended so quick. It was like
it's like a 3 to 4 year like.
I think it was a little more than that of like. I'll pull up his like stats and everything just for context.
I mean, his rookie year was like.
That's what I'm saying. His rookie year was insane.
I loved Cam Newton. The Superman shit was like.
So let me see.
He was an icon. Like he's like one of the. He was like a legitimate celebrity.
100%.
So I would say just like he had a good like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 8-year run where he was like very good, and started like pretty much every game, like most of the games.
Yeah, I guess his. It's always weird.
He had some crazy. I mean, his rookie year, like. I mean, he had 14 rushing touchdowns his rookie year. Like he was, and threw for 4,000 yards. Actually, threw for the most yards in his whole career his rookie year.
I just always think like sometimes
like his MVP year.
It's so hard to go out as these NFL guys. Like he went out pretty weirdly, like with the Patriots and all that stuff, and it makes it reminds you because his was so more recent than others. You're like. Sometimes it like almost puts a little bit of like a shit stain on it where you're like, why did they? But it's also like every person in the world like still wants to try and compete at the highest level. I understand that. Like Drew Brees, like literally couldn't throw the ball anymore. I still believe that if the Saints would have won the Super Bowl with any quarterback besides Drew Brees last year.
He was so washed.
That roster
they were
was unbelievable.
putting him to throw Hail Marys.
They were literally running
Hill, right?
I remember they had a play where they wanted to throw a deep ball, and they lined up Jameis wide.
Yeah.
And like had him come back and like pitch it to him and Jameis threw the deep ball.
Yeah, I will always say that Saints team was so fucking talented. Besides, he just his arm was dead. It was over.
Another one. Someone posted this one that I thought was fascinating for basketball. That one here, Meek's take too. It was Andre Iguodala or D Rose.
Oof, That's brutal.
Thing is, Derrick Rose. Iguodala was a Finals MVP though. So that's like the thing.
But D Rose was like
the accolade stands. It still drives me insane that he won that MVP. One of the more travesties in the history of accolades.
I agree with you, but like he did.
He still has the hardware. Fair for the argument.
But D Rose was like awesome.
Like Iguodala was like an all-star player before he was on the Warriors.
Do you want that like feel bad for you career type, or do you like? Because honestly, I feel bad for D Rose. Like his knee it was donezo after that. Like it just did not work, and it was like, damn, what could have been? And he still had like a good career after. Yeah, obviously, he didn't reach the heights he everyone thought he was going to. Yeah. I think you'd have to go Iguodala. He was an all-star. Like was all defensive team a few times. Won 4 championships, not like just one. Won 4. I might say D Rose.
and also, he was a big contributing factor for 3 of the 4.
Yeah, for
Only
sure.
the last one he wasn't really a part of it, but he was on the team
for sure. I mean, 4 championships.
It was like a legit key player for 3 of them.
Yeah. Keeping on basketball. So we watched last night, and now that we don't have like their 5th coach on the show, Alabama, Mississippi State.
Ugh.
Can we have a fair conversation about Alabama right now?
Yeah, please.
No bias whatsoever.
Tell me if I'm wrong, honestly, because I'm not even. It's not to troll Rico or anything. They are a very talented team. They have a lot of talent. I think that they're just like not. There's a lot of holes in their game with their style of play, the way they play. I think that they can get picked off easier than other top teams in this tournament. Like they're going to be a 1 or 2 seed, probably a 2 seed if I had to guess.
So this is what I'll say. I think they're a top 5 team, but I think they're the team I would trust the least.
That's what I'm trying to say.
If you gave me like Duke, Auburn, Houston, Bama, even like Iowa State, I think I would trust Bama the least, but I think a team like Bama, they might even have like a higher ceiling maybe than like maybe like Houston and like Iowa State. But they're the most volatile. Because if the threes just aren't falling for them, like they can lose, and that can easily happen.
And that's the thing, where it's like
last night they're banging threes.
It's just like I think we're best friends now. It's just more like I don't understand. Like even I think someone else tweeted, but like their style of play, it's just like you're right. You don't trust them. Like they should have lost that game last night, 100%.
Mississippi State blew. They missed
a wide open layup.
Bama missed 3 free throws in a row. That could have
bad ones too, and also just like the fact that he just didn't dunk that ball, and just like wide open, they win that game. And I don't even think. I think Mississippi State is overrated in their.
I think they're
good.
They're solid.
Great. What's his name's great.
Hans or whatever his name is.
It's just I don't know. It's just
Jans.
It's just Alabama left a sour taste in my mouth yesterday. Well, the way I was watching them play, I wasn't like when you watch Auburn, you're like, oh fuck. Like they even like last night I thought was a down game for them. Play LSU. They covered 1 by 13. 14,
Johnny Broome is so good.
Yeah, he's so good. Like when you have to watch when these teams play like kind of shittier teams and how they respond in like when they're a little down or whatever it is, and like they're incredible. But Alabama, I think's next game is something where we'll be able to. I'm looking it up real fast.
I mean, just the way listen, getting a gritty win over a good Mississippi State team on the road. I give them credit. They're a top 5 team. They're for real.
You don't want to make the list.
White Play Rick made the list. I love White Play Rick.
Put me on the list because I don't believe in them.
So Bosco.
They played. They told me they're the hardest schedule coming up. Their last 4 games are tough. Like Georgia's not like you can't tell me Georgia's like at home is a really hard game.
It's like a tough game. Like I think Georgia's a solid team.
That's not like and then at Arkansas. Arkansas's horrible.
They're almost like every SEC game is like a toughish game. I think the conference is that deep. Because even Arkansas, like I don't think going to Arkansas is like a cakewalk. I'm not saying it's some like crazy like stamp it win. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I think it still counts for something. Like you went to Arkansas. It's more how you win in Arkansas, I would say. But I don't just when I don't. Bosco was pissing me off yesterday. I tweeted about Josh Hubbard, who I love Josh Hubbard, had 35 last night.
Yeah, he killed it.
I'm tweeting about him. I go, damn, he's playing like a man. He was going nuts at one point. End of the game was like, I think he hit a big shot, or he hit they hit a 3 to go up 3. He comes down has a big and one right back, like tie the game, has 35 points. I'm like, Josh Hubbard's playing like a man possessed. Youngblood hits a 3. He's like, what? Tweet about Youngblood. Tweet about Youngblood. Has like 20 points.
Yeah.
Youngblood, great game, Youngblood. I'm like, what do you?
Yeah, he was 7 of 10 from 3.
Then they win. He tweets at me and Reegs. I guess Reegs must have tweeted about Hubbard too.
Yeah.
Which, shocker. College basketball tweeted about the guy with 35 fucking points.
Yeah.
In a college basketball game. Like, yeah, tweet about him now. Tweet about Hubbard now. It's like some personal vendetta.
Guy had like 40 points.
Like, I'm just like, he's tweeting at me like I'm a Mississippi State fan.
Yeah. Also, like, he says they're like 12 deep, like, not really. They're not 12 deep at all. Stevenson like didn't play after he's. Well, the funny thing is, the 12 deep thing where it gets a little hairy is, it seems like when you start to suck, he sits you right away the whole game. Like Stevenson started, he got sat. Phylon comes in kind of pretty good, but Youngblood is very good. Grant Nelson pisses me off.
Nelson's good. I do like Nelson. He missed 2 of those free throws. He got bailed out.
Yeah.
But Nelson, he's a good player.
Weirdly, he's like a 68% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Which is odd. And Cliff is just like a big bastard.
Yeah.
He doesn't do much besides on the defensive
Good player.
end. Yeah, no, listen, I'm very excited about college basketball this year. Like now it's Duke UNC this Saturday. Like I know it doesn't have as much juice because UNC isn't great, but like, I mean, Rico also was like, why are they doing Duke UNC this year at like college game day? I'm like, UNC could have one win, it'd still be the biggest. People are gonna watch it no matter what. Casuals watch Duke UNC. I don't care what anyone says. The numbers show it, and I get what he means. Like I'm sure there's a game Saturday.
I get it because at noon is Tennessee, Florida, which obviously like in terms of like the 2 teams combined are much better. Like you have
100%.
Florida's a top 10 team, Tennessee's top 10 probably as well, fringe at least.
Yeah.
Obviously he's had a bad loss.
But he said Missouri,
I get it.
Mississippi State.
That's
no one cares about that.
Tennessee, Florida is the one I'd be like, all right, like they're better teams collectively.
Auburn, Ole Miss could have been one.
But even that's true. Yeah, that'd be a good one too. But you also have to look at like these teams like North Carolina and Duke. They're basketball schools.
Basketball.
Like Florida and Tennessee, no matter how good they ever are, Florida won multiple college basketball championships. There will always be a football school. Tennessee always will be a football school
100%.
first, no matter what. And that's not saying they won't get an insane turnout on a college basketball game day.
No, Auburn gets a great turnout.
Like no, SEC has phenomenal home court advantages. Like you said, Auburn, Arkansas, Bama, all like really good at home. Vanderbilt's been great at home. A lot of these teams are good. Like Tennessee's a good home environment. Florida too, but you just can't like a Duke. It's just different.
It's just what it is, man. It's been for 50 years, whatever long it's been. It's just like
where's the game?
It's at Duke.
At Duke.
That's
even that's even. See, if it was at UNC, I would have said they should go to Florida, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's also, dude. Duke is the number 2 team. Yeah, it's at Duke. Number 2 team in the country. Like UNC's 13-9. They're not good this year, but like they're on the bubble this year so far, or maybe off of it right now. But like Duke's beat the best team in the country already. They're number 2. The only loss Auburn has is Duke. Like they're gonna go there, and Duke's a great spot for it. Speaking of basketball, though, Meek, can you pull up Frank's tweet? Because I'm on this team. I didn't play last night because I had to stream. We did get rid of our cancer of a coach, Chris Clemmer, and we are undefeated. And I wasn't there last night, and Dana wasn't there last night. Look what fucking Jenks did last night. I don't even understand how he did this. But Ev, let me tell you, how do you split your head open? It hit the wall. I don't understand what he.
Oh, there's video of it. I figured he must have hit a bench or something. I thought he hit like the metal bench maybe.
It looked like he hit the wall because the bench is right there.
No, he must have hit the wall. He hit the brick wall.
He got staples in his head.
Oh my god! Yeah, he hit the brick wall.
He's crazy. Like let me tell you, Jenks makes some really good plays in some basketball games. I'll tell you this. He makes some great plays. He's the guy that you love on your team and hate and not on your team because he's unbelievable defensively. He's in your ass.
Did you wait? So you played last night?
I didn't play last night.
Are you guys documenting it again or no?
I think Dana was the game I played. Dana did have it.
He's in Chicago, right?
Yeah, so he didn't play last night. I didn't play, and the game before that we played, we scored 70 points.
Damn.
70. We won 70-38.
Who went off?
Dana had 28. I had 14. I was 4 or 5 from 3. I don't know what happened. We weren't allowed to shoot threes with Clemens, so we all felt free. Jetski was great in the first game.
Who's coaching now?
No one.
Just free flowing.
It's just like when you get 6 people. When someone gets tired, you go, all right, I'm in.
If you guys won it without him, it'd be really funny.
So funny.
Really funny.
I kind of hope we do.
Legitimately, it was a detriment to the team.
Yes.
Holding them back for years.
Let's go through some of our picks. Ev, you want to start with yours?
Big game for Ohio State today.
Let me tell you, they're
really scared.
Fucking
really scared of this game today. Just bad. I think it's a bad spot. I'm not betting Ohio State, just talking as a fan. The games I am betting, I'm betting Tulane plus 6.5 versus Memphis. Everyone's falling in love with Memphis. They're good on it. Laying points on the road. I don't know.
Ev, I'm so with you, Memphis.
So I'm on Tulane there.
You're on Tulane.
I'm on Tulane.
Oh, I'm Memphis.
And I like Memphis. I do like Memphis as a team, but I think everyone's kind of falling in love with them. Penny on the road. Tulane's not great, but respectable. I'll take Tulane plus 6.5. Also, give me UCLA minus 4.5. Little spot there. And I had one more. For the Buckeyes, just have a play. I'll take Bruce Thornton over 15.5 points. I'll tweet that out, though.
But you're going to watch. You might as well.
Yeah, Bruce. I'm so afraid. I don't know. I just hate the spot. I just don't think
it's weird. It's a Penn State game.
We are so bad on the road. One of the worst, metrics and all that. One of the worst road teams in all of college basketball. Really bad. So I'm scared.
I got Fairleigh Dickinson minus 5.5. This goes against everything that I do gambling wise, and it's ranked opponent, unranked opponent against a ranked opponent at home. I'm going with Illinois minus 3.5 at Nebraska. Nebraska is so weird this year as well. Illinois' last game I watched, it was against
Northwestern.
They won by 9. They got blown out by Maryland at home by 21 points. Maryland, a great win last night, great cover as well. But I'm going Illinois. I think they're just better than Nebraska. And Nebraska, I don't know, Nebraska doesn't do it for me. But they have some good wins this year.
They're good at home. Actually, PMT, hold off on. Wait for my tweet on UCLA. I don't know if I trust them.
I'm going Memphis minus 6.5. I actually don't hate. I didn't know it was 6.5, but I'm going Memphis 6.5. I was on them, and then I'm going San Diego plus 2.5 at home against Pepperdine, and then I'm going. So you're on UCLA minus 4.5.
I'm asking PMT stats to reserve right now. I know I just said it. You can lock in Thornton over points. Can lock in Tulane. I might still be on UCLA.
So that game right there
I'm gonna dig a little deeper.
Gambling brain that's UCLA minus 4.5.
Spot.
That's the
spot game.
Fastest bet I can do. But
I might be honest though, but just
Oregon is just it just seems like that's an Oregon. I don't know. I'm gonna go Oregon. You know what? I'm doing it. Fuck it. If I'm thinking about it, I'm going Oregon. Meek, do you have any picks?
We're going back to the hating well tonight because Domantas Sabonis, I tried to be positive, finished 2 rebounds shy, had 9.5, and just didn't grab the rebounds over Gershon Yabusele, I guess. So we're going back to the hating well tonight. Jeremy Grant, I'm sorry, I'm taking you under 11.5 points. If you get an ankle tweak in the first 5 minutes, I'd hit my bet again.
All right.
So.
But not if he scored 12 in the first 5 minutes.
Well, if he scores 12 points in the first 5 minutes, that'd be the most nuclear he's gone in his career.
He starts whapping threes.
All right. Well, that's the show today with me and Ev and Phil. Clemmer's out for the next week and a half, I think. Fucking
purple hats.
Driving around. He's just doing yak bits now, Clemmer. Look at him.
Not a bit, though.
Not a bit
guy.
To him, it's not
a bits guy.
Actually, if you ask him about this is not a bit.
He gets mad.
Yeah.
I said it on. I dunked on him. Everyone agreed with me. He was upset.
But I will give him credit to his defense. This sounds like it sucks, and he's doing this for the yak. So
he's grinding.
Fucking driving from here to New Orleans and just looking, not even doing something fun, like asking people to buy their hat, and you can't get double hats. You can't get a Ravens hat in DC and not in DC,
I know it's a bad
in Maryland,
rule, but
and it's a terrible rule, but sucks for him. But that's a show. We'll be back tomorrow. I think Rico is back tomorrow, so us three will be here. Yak up next. See ya.
That was some jinx in the background.